So I started this channel because I wanted an electric scooter. That's it. You know, I look back now and I realize that today I think we have about 8,700 subscribers on the channel. I've made between 60 and 100 different videos reviewing electric scooters, e-bikes, and it's been really, really exciting. But you know, that's where I started. I started off actually. I went to a local store and I saw they actually sold electric scooters, and I could not. Not only could I not afford an electric scooter, but I couldn't even justify the price of an electric scooter at the time. I just thought these things are wild. They look really exciting, but can I actually afford to buy one of these things? No. So what could I do? So I went over to the store and I said, hey, how about letting me borrow a couple of your electric scooters from time to time and try them out, make videos, and then you can put those videos up, you know, in your store and reference them, so when people look at them they can say, hey, you know what, that works for this guy, or this guy likes it. And I had a bit of a background. My wife's a YouTuber, so I sat there and I thought, you know what, I can do this. It's the end of 2019 at the time, and I thought, you know what, yeah, I can absolutely do this. So yeah, I started to make some videos, and some of those videos did quite well. I set up a YouTube channel, put the videos up on the YouTube channel, this YouTube channel, of course. I named it Tim's Electric. I named it Tim's Electric because I wasn't really sure where I was going to go with this. Like, was I just going to do electric scooters? And at the time, I wasn't sure. And, you know, at the time, I thought, you know, wouldn't it be great to get an electric scooter? And you know what? After about 12 months of making videos, I had a brand reach out to me called Levy at the time. And then I had another brand called Varla, and then another brand like this one here, Apollo, and then other brands started reaching out to me as well, which kind of blew my mind. And I think the reason why they were reaching out to me was because a lot of the videos out there on e-bike reviews, electric scooter reviews, any of these micro electric type channels, the reviewers are a little slimmer, let's say, than I am. I'm a big guy. I'm 6 feet tall. Today, I'm about 268 pounds. I'm on my way down to 225, so I am going to be losing weight. But you know, that's another channel, funnily enough. But at the end of the day, right now, I am a big guy. And when I was looking at the reviews online, you know, these guys were like 175 pounds, 165 pounds. And it doesn't make sense for somebody who's a big guy to know, is it going to work for me? And so I just basically started to make videos about a big guy riding around an electric scooter and showing whether or not the electric scooter that I was riding around in that video would actually work. Now, after a while, I started realizing, you know, it'd be kind of fun to get an e-bike. And I reached out to some e-bike companies, or in fact, they actually reached out to me at the beginning, and I started doing e-bike reviews as well. And then I got invited to do, you know, to be a press at an electric vehicle seminar and some other things of that nature. And it was kind of fun, like, to be invited as sort of like, you know, the guy who talks about e-bikes and electric scooters, but he's the big guy that does electric e-bikes and electric scooter reviews. And that was kind of fun.
Big guy approved.
And you know, I get to live in this beautiful, beautiful part of the world. This is Victoria, BC. I've got mountains here. I've got the ocean here. I've got, you know, it's stunning and beautiful. And I just think that riding around e-bikes, electric scooters is practical, and it makes an awful lot of sense. And that's why I started to make these videos. Now, where's the channel going? Well, you know, the channel will probably grow over the next few years, and that's exciting, but I'm finding that I'm really interested now in other aspects of micro electromobility. So I won't just be doing electric scooters and e-bikes. I'm also going to be looking at how do micro electric impact the world. You know, I'm really passionate about this now. I get really excited when I learn about electric cars. You know, living in Canada, we looks like we're going to start getting some Chinese EVs coming in. I want to review those. Like, are they any good? Are they exciting? You know, I reviewed, a buddy of mine has a Cybertruck. If you're interested, I'll put that over here. I interviewed, my father was actually here for a month to visit, and I interviewed him, and people really liked it. And I really liked the fact that I was able to sit down and talk to my father about his experience of being here in Victoria and getting around town. And hopefully you can hear me with the helicopter going past here. But you know, at the end of the day, that's where this channel is going. It's going to do more e-bike reviews, more electric scooter reviews, more micro electric solutions, if you like. And I think plan now is to also include, I've got two awesome cameramen. I've got Michael and Eric. You're going to see a little bit more of them. I want to start getting more impact, or more, how would I say, more of a perspective, if you like, on what other people's experiences are of riding and using electric vehicles. I think that's where the future is going. It's not that much of a stretch to think that's where things are going, but that's where my interest lies. And so when I'm doing stuff, if I'm doing something I'm interested in, then hey, that's what I like to do. So if you're interested in that, please make sure you subscribe. So if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribed, and yeah, let's just keep going. This is kind of fun. I think 2026 is going to be really, really exciting, and I'm really looking forward to the videos that I'm going to be making. And coming up really soon, in fact, I'm going to be doing e-bikes. I'm going to take an e-bike onto a ferry, and I'm going to go off to some of these Gulf Islands with my wife, and we're going to explore the Gulf Islands on e-bikes. Does that sound like fun? That's what I'm going to be doing. So that's coming up in May and June this year. I'm going to, as soon as electric cars are coming in from China, as soon as those come out, I'm going to try and get my hands on one and go out and review those. And if you have any ideas, if you've got an electric car or an electric micromobility of some kind, you think, you know what, Tim, I think you'd really, really interested in this, please reach out to me. If, let's say you're a manufacturer, or you're a supplier, or you're somebody who has access to some of these vehicles, reach out to me. I would love to check them out. And to that end, have an awesome day. I look forward to chatting with you. Please leave your comments down below. Give me your ideas. What should I be reviewing next?